Terence Crawford and Jose Benavidez continue to go at it. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I noticed this. Terence Crawford and Jose Benavidez, they're still at it. They're still like taunting each other and sending jabs and stuff. So I wanted to talk about it real quick in this video. Now, I don't know how Crawford got it, but someone may have sent it to him. It's a picture of Jose Benavidez, I believe, with a jacket or some kind of sweater over his head after the fight at the airport, you know, waiting to leave. You know, maybe his face was marked up or something. And on Crawford's verified page, he says, Jose Benavidez, is that you, tough guy? Crying emoji. So for all that bark and no bite, huh? Looks like that dog bit your ass kind of hard in that last round, didn't he? And then he put a fist. You know, so he's taunting him like, hey, you was talking all that before the fight, and look at you at the hospital. Well, not the hospital, the airport. Then he posted this after. Jose Benavidez, what kind of breakdancing move is this that you doing in the middle of the fight? Because he was on his head. You know, that uppercut was crazy. I was at the fight. You know, it was a good fight. And let's see what checking with Jose Benavidez. This is what he put regarding this recently. Having lost doesn't make me sad or a weaker person. I learn new things every day and I won't stop learning. I'll come back stronger. This isn't the end for me. Let's just call it a beginning to a new chapter. And then he posted like shots from the fight. And it says, talking about the dog biting, huh? Ha ha ha. All you did the whole fight was run like a bitch. Terence Crawford. Yeah, you caught me in the last round with a lucky shot. Took you 12 rounds when you said you were going to take me out in 2. Let's make the rematch happen, pussy. I'll wait for that contract to be sent my way. If the fight does happen, don't run like you did the first time. You know. And then he also posted this. It says, Terence Crawford, that jab was in your face all night, crying emoji. You going to give me the rematch? Question mark. Now, my thoughts. You know, this is fine if they want to go back and forth, but I really don't have much interest in seeing the rematch, not anytime soon. If anything, you know, I think Jose Benavidez put up a valiant effort, spirited effort. Crawford had to find his range in the early rounds, but we got a decisive outcome. So me personally, I'm never really big on rematches unless they're rematches like Ward Kovalev. Okay, they need to rematch because we need to check some things out, and there was controversy. There was no controversy here. Even had it went to the scorecards, there still wouldn't have been a scoring controversy if they gave it to Terence Crawford, and I think they would have. I think he was up on majority of the scorecards. He was at home, stuff like that. So I don't know if this is like top rank, you know, because you got to look at it. I already talked about this. Terence Crawford don't really have anyone to fight on top rank that makes him a star. You know, without working with Al Heyman's stable of fighters or a different lot of fighters, they don't really have anything. So I don't know. Maybe Top Rank told him to try to drudge up some social media beef. You never know. You know, I wouldn't put it past it. Or maybe this is just personal. Maybe they still don't like each other and they're looking for any opportunity to, you know, take shots at each other. I'm not sure which one it is, but at the end of the day, me personally, I don't need to see that fight immediately at all. You know, we had a decisive victor in the fight. I want to see Terence Crawford go on to fight, you know, the bigger names. And I think Top Rank and Terence Crawford, they're in between a rock and a hard spot because they're sitting on this this diamond in terms of Crawford, what he represents and how good he is, but at the same time they don't have anyone in house for him to fight that really makes him a star. Beating guys like Mean Machine and stuff like that, I don't think that creates this plunge towards pay-per-view stardom for Crawford. That's not gonna, to me, it's not gonna make him resonate. They're gonna need like the Pacquiaos, Broners, Danny Garcias, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, just names like that will bring him there. I think even fights with like Luis Collazo, Berto, and Devin Alexander, Lamont Peterson, any of those fights, I'm not saying those are my first choices for him, but I do think those fights are better than fighting a lesser known Mean Machine, Idris Kafalis. People aren't even familiar with I don't even know how to pronounce his name fully. I know, if I see it written down, I know who it's about, but I'm not familiar. So he hasn't really been built. I think he's Lithuanian. He hasn't really been built up in America like that, So I really have no idea, Ugas, that's another fighter that's been working with Al Heyman. That's solid, but as far as we know who he can fight in this boxing game that will turn what he already has, that jewel, into an even bigger gem. And it's going to have to be one of the top guys with the name. But yeah, I personally don't want to see the Crawford Benavidez. I think the first fight was good, excellent build up and stuff like that. And then I got to talk about this too. A lot of fighters are doing this. Like, I really appreciate Tony Bellew and stuff more and more when I see he lost. He talked a lot about what he was going to do to Usyk, and he was going to give it his everything, and he did. And then he came up short, got knocked out, and he's just like, Usyk, he's the man. He's a good fighter. No shame losing. But like what Benavidez is doing, to me, this makes it look worse when you're saying he ran. Like this sounds like talking to the casual boxing fans. I'm not saying this is him, but to even publicly say Crawford was running, he was the aggressor. Like, I was at the fight, and I thought Crawford was walking down Benavidez. Benavidez was using his height, range, and counter punching. But there was an open target and an aggressive Crawford who was trying to find his range. So to say he was running, I'm not getting it. Like, that doesn't even make sense. You say just don't run in the rematch and stuff. That just sounds like, like pandering to casual fans or some shit, because that clearly wasn't what was happening, And he even said later on that, see, my jab was in your face all night, and he did have a good jab. So there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you're saying he ran, but you're talking about jabbing and he was counterpunching, and you're calling him a pussy and saying he got hit with the lucky shot. All that type of shit, to me, it just reminds me of casual fans, like what they say in the comment section. And he's the actual pro boxer. Just this whole running. There's a stigma too with, I'll just say it, with black fighters that they run, even in performances that they didn't run. You know what I'm saying? Like Victor Postal, when Crawford fought him, some people were saying he ran. When Crawford fought Benavidez, he ran. Like, I don't get it, unless you're just trying to egg on some type of stereotype and hope it sticks. But to say he ran in the fight is just where? How is he running when he was the aggressor? And it was Benavidez who was using his height, jab, and trying to catch him on the back foot and off the counter, And then, Benavidez saying the casual stuff. Oh, it took you 12 rounds to do it. Who cares? Like, to me, I mean, so you're bragging about going 12 rounds but still getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it would be better off if you just, to my opinion, had different disses. Like, diss him about, oh, you suck and your shoes is ugly and I'll whoop you in a rematch. But when you start pandering to the casuals and saying these types of statements, I personally can't get behind it, because none of what he's saying there, Crawford ran and all you did was run, pussy, and stop running, I'll get you in the rematch if you don't run, and took you long enough, all that's not what we watched. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Those are my thoughts. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.